Australians are set to vote in a landmark referendum that will change the constitution to recognise the country's indigenous people.
The idea for a voice came from the people, and it will be decided by the people. Today I announce that referendum day will be the 14th of October.
Early voting began in parts of remote Australia on September 25th. If approved on October 14th, the measure would enshrine Indigenous people in the Constitution and set up a voice to Parliament. The proposed advisory body will give Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people input on policies that affect them. Indigenous Australians account for about 3.2% of the country's nearly 26 million population. But Australia has no treaty with its Indigenous people, who track below national averages on most socio-economic measures. They are not mentioned in the Constitution, despite inhabiting the land for over 60,000 years.
On that day, every Australian will have a once-in-a-generation chance to bring our country together and to change it for the better. And when yes wins, all Australians will win. So in a spirit of generosity and optimism, vote yes. In recognition of 65,000 years of history, vote yes. With hope for a better future, vote yes.
First broached in July 2022, the referendum initially garnered support from Australians after Anthony Albanese's government made it an election pledge.
Very supportive. I think it's been a long time coming. I think Indigenous people absolutely have the right to be written within the Constitution. They need to be able to come together and make some decisions for their people and their communities. It's a human rights issue for me personally. I think it's absolutely essential, and I really hope we get it over the line and that they get the support that they need.
But recent opinion polls have shown a decline in support, with divisive debate emerging between the yes and no camps.
I believe that everyone should be voting no, so this voice is causing so much division in the whole of Australia, and we don't need it.
Any constitutional changes in Australia require a national referendum. Australians last voted on the issue in 1967, when 90.77% of the population voted in favour of including Indigenous people in census figures. But amending Australia's constitution is difficult. Since the country gained independence in 1901, only 8 of 44 proposals for constitutional change have been approved, with the last one in 1977. To change the constitution, the October 14th referendum will need majority support across Australia, but also a majority in at least 4 of the 6 states.